I was having some severe anxiety issues. Didn't know basically whether I was coming or going. I had a severe biting of the cheek problem that I did when I was anxious, and I just had some ongoing issues from when my dad passed away. That I just felt very guilty that I couldn't be there for him. And Claire helped an awful lot. You helped an awful lot. Yeah. Well, he died 2002, so a long time. Well, 21 years. I have tried CBT. I have tried hypnosis, but she took me the wrong way. She took me back to my childhood, as in when I was 3 or 4 years old, and to be honest, made it a little bit worse. I've tried talk therapy, and it just nothing seemed to work. Nothing seemed to work. So I found you. It didn't put me off because to be honest with you, I read your, I did book in the session to start with, and then I did it ask about face and went back to the website and read all through things and saw various people's reviews and interviews like this. And you just came across as not your normal, hypnotherapist person. It was you weren't the typical person that you think, no. And I don't know, you came across as very normal, very genuine, very caring. And I thought, you just click with somebody, even if you haven't met them, you just click with somebody. That was it. Emotional, to say the least. Sorry. Yeah, emotional, but emotional in a good way, because this is probably the first time I've actually had tears in my eyes for about 5 weeks, to be honest, which is good for me. And I've come to realize things that I didn't know, but obviously my subconscious did know, but I didn't know. And I've been able to deal with a lot of things in a kind of like a sensible way, and things that I didn't actually realize were there, like my love of eating chocolate, has now kind of disappeared, which is kind of weird, really. But it's a good weird, not a bad weird. So, I would say basically you just need to. What I did, I just wrote down on a piece of paper the pros and cons of how I am feeling and how I need to feel, and went looking for a solution, and went and found you, to be honest. And your discovery session that we had to start with, it was like a taster, and it was, you got to talk to you in kind of like an open forum, as it were, because there was no judgmental, there was no, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you just listened. I'm not being funny, you nodded in the right place, you said the right things, and you just felt very at ease from the get-go, to be honest with you. So it was a case of, if you just, as I said, if you just gel with somebody, and you just know that somebody's gonna understand exactly where you're coming from. And then the fact that, when you said things about what you've experienced, and you're thinking, well, you actually know what you're talking about. You do know what you're talking about, because you've been there, done it, and seen it, and got the t-shirt. So you do know, and you do understand. So yeah, it made it easy to sort of like, once I found you, it made it easy to sort of like go, yeah, press the button, let's go for this, let's do it. Just to be better with myself, to be honest. Not I've spent a lot of time of hiding and putting on a brave face and putting on a mask of, literally sort of going places and being the life and soul of the party, and then coming home and bursting into tears. And you're thinking, no, you don't need to be doing that anymore. You need to be you. And if people see you bursting into tears, then they see you bursting into tears. It's as simple as that. But as I said, I haven't, apart from now, I haven't actually, burst into tears or had tears in my eyes for the last 5 weeks. And bearing in mind that we started working about, like 6 weeks ago, it's a bonus for me. It's a huge bonus for me. It's been an enlightening pleasure, to be honest with you, because I was to be honest, I was a little bit skeptical to start with, but then, as I said to you, once I had the discovery session and started talking to you, and it was like, she knows, she just knows. That's it. God, you take people at sort of like, I always take people at face value, and I try not to, to judge people, but you just get that vibe that, you're not. I'm not being funny, because especially because you being on TikTok and you're thinking, God Almighty, she could be some sort of like complete nutcase, But once you actually start talking to you just know instinctively that you're the real deal. So that's it. That's it. It's been a pleasure. It's been 6 weeks well worth spent of getting myself in, on the road to recovery, on the serious road to recovery, where before I've tried to convince myself that I can just do it myself. And, unfortunately, you have to get to that stage where you think, actually, you do need professional help. And if you need professional help, to be perfectly honest, I think probably you're, without being, too, creepy crawly, you're probably one of the better ones on the market, to be honest with you. Because I did go through an awful lot of other people, and there was just no. So yeah, thank you, Claire.